welcome back. It's Sarah from So Sarah Style. In this week's vlog, I'm talking about friends and fabric finds. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I've got plenty of things to talk to you about. I've been getting up to some really fun things this week and also bought some fabric, so I'll be sharing that with you a little bit later on in the vlog. So at the weekend on Saturday morning, the lovely Adele from Sofa Serenity, who is my friend from around the corner, and I went to Moseley in Birmingham to Guthrie and Ghani to meet up with the fantastic Northern Soul sisters, Ruan the Yorkshire Sew Girl, Tamlin Sewn on the Tyne and Rachel from Stitched Up. Also there were the equally fabulous Angela from Devon Thread Tales and Helen from Stitch Rip Repeat. They were all there together having a girly weekend in Birmingham. They were meeting at the fantastic Guthrie and Ghani as well. So I got wind of this a few weeks ago and basically messaged to say there's no way that some of my absolute favourite YouTubers are all meeting in Birmingham, which is about half an hour from me, and I'm not going to have a piece of it. So obviously Adele and I went along to meet them as well. It was such a fun day. Really, we kind of all felt like we knew each other because we've watched each other's vlogs. So it was really easy right from the start. It's such a fantastic shop. There's loads and loads to take in. I hadn't really gone along on Saturday to buy anything. I don't really need any fabric. I didn't have anything in mind. But I was looking a bit and feeling a little bit lost. And then Ruan came over and said, "Are you looking for anything in particular? What kind of thing do you fancy? You know, is there anything?" And I was like, I took one look at her in her incredibly bright, beautiful Marni blouse that she was wearing. It was just the most gorgeous colours. And I said, I think, to be honest, I think I need a bit of colour in my life. So we happened to be by the Fabric Godmother section. And I was just looking up at them and she said, okay, right, let's start with, what's your favourite colour? I said, well, I really like green. So we were looking at the greens and we were looking actually at I think it's the Joni print. Ruan said that she had, I think she's got it in green and cream, and they also had it in pink. I said, well, I do really quite like the green one. But then next to it was what I thought looked like seaweed. And I said, oh, that's green. That looks like it's got something kind of natural on it, a bit of seaweed or something. So anyway, we pulled the bolt down and it just so happened that it was this absolutely gorgeous wild swimmer print. I think it's a viscose lawn. And it's a Fabric Godmother exclusive. It's got paddle borders on. I absolutely love paddle boarding. It's got mountains on. I love any fabric with mountains, trees. As I say, I thought it was seaweed. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it was the reeds that I'd seen. So not only is it colourful, for me anyway, this is a sort of as colourful as I get. It's quite apt for me because it's got all the things in that I love. So thank you very much, Ruan, for sorting me out with a little bit of colour in my life, because I cannot tell you how excited I am to get this made up. So I was drifting around the shop with it, as I do, just to sort of have a think about what I was wanting to make with it. And Adele, I saw Adele at the back of the shop, so I took it over there and she said, well, I said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to make with it. And she was wearing the most amazing Wilder gown in the Cobra Corsage print. She looks fabulous in her Wilder gowns. So sort of between the two of us, it was like, it's going to have to be a Wilder gown. So my idea for this is I've got 3.2 metres for a full length, short sleeved Wilder gown for the summer. So that absolutely is what that's going to be. It's not going to be anything else. That is going to be a Wilder gown, 100%. The only other thing that I bought in Guthrie and Ghani was a marking pencil, because I have to say, especially on dark fabrics, I've been struggling a little bit with finding something. I think some of the chalk pencils just don't mark well enough and they can snag the fabric. We'd found this Prim pencil. Rachel said that she used them and they were really good. It's a fine point and it's pink, so you can use it on white fabrics, light fabrics or dark fabrics. I'll just show you. I have to say it's absolutely brilliant. So I've got this navy twill here, so if I just do a little cross on it, you can see there it's quite a good little marker for, and it's accurate because it's small, because it's fine. There you go, it's a bit better. So I've already used it for both light and dark fabrics. So if anyone's looking for a pencil, they're not cheap. I think this is about £10, but it's got the cartridges with it as well, and then you can just buy the cartridges to refill it. I have to say that is absolutely brilliant. So far I've really enjoyed using that one, just in case, as I say, anyone's looking out for something, which I was. So from Guthrie and Ghani, we had a bit of lunch and then headed into Birmingham, starting at Barry's. So I had a wander up and down the aisles. Again, I wasn't really looking for anything. And just before we left, I was having a look through the viscoses because I thought I quite fancy making an Avenir jumpsuit. And I think it'd be lovely in a viscose. I don't really have many viscose prints. While I was looking through there, I came across this beauty that I have behind me, which isn't actually a viscose, it's a cotton lawn, but I didn't care because I just thought that is coming home with me anyway. I absolutely love it. It's, as I say, it's a cotton, and it's really, really, really unusual, as you can see. It's got rocks. I think it's rocks. It's like a really deep tealy blue. And to be perfectly honest, I could put this in a frame. I just think it's gorgeous. So I had no idea what I was going to do with it, and I still don't. Well, I've got some ideas now, but I just want to run them by you and just see if anyone's got any better suggestions. But look at the colours in those. Look at that, the blues, and oh, I just can't get over how beautiful it is. So I have no idea. I'd be interested to know what it was designed for, or where it came from, or you just never know sometimes, do you? But I just, oh, absolutely love it. It's such a huge print that you've got to be really, really careful how you use it, so you're not chopping up to it. I think pattern matching this would be tricky, probably. I bought 4 meters of this because I didn't want it turning into a precious fabric that I was frightened of wasting. So I have a few meters to play with, and a few ideas. I will just reach across. When I was looking through my patterns, I came across, excuse me, rustle. I came across this one, which is called the Daisy Dress by Sarah Kirsten. And the idea of this is it's a draft your own dress. So she gets you to take your measurements, and then basically talks you through what you need to cut for it, how you make it up. I really absolutely love this because I love the funnel neckline on it. And it's a mini dress. I would obviously make it quite a bit longer, but I think for the summer, that would just be a really lovely shaped dress. It's just a front and a back. I do not have to match any different lines. There's no gathering. There's nothing on it that would actually interfere with the print. So I think that's a possibility. Another summer dress pattern that I have, which I do love, is called the Sundress by the Maker's Atelier. This one is really quite cool. It's all cinched in at the bottom. If I just turn it around there, with sort of elastic cord and the little cord stoppers. So it's a bit different, but that one, as you can see, has a few seam lines on it. So whether that will work. And I don't know whether this fabric might be a little bit lightweight for that. That's probably better with something a bit structured, with perhaps linen. So as I say, again, I was thinking about simple lines. I also have this, which is the Simplicity 8138, which is just a front and back tunic with side slits. That version there has a tie belt, which would make it a little bit more interesting. Could wear it with some palazzo pants in the summer, maybe. That would be easy, but maybe a bit boring. But then that put me in mind of this pattern, which I've had for a long time. It's a Vogue designer pattern, Vogue 1457. The idea is a Mrs. Evening tunic or top and pants, loose fitting, T-shaped pullover tunic in mid-calf or ankle length, bateau neckline, side slits ending just below waistline. Wow, so those are really high side slits, and above elbow length kimono sleeves with top stitching. That actually would be quite cool. Whether I would wear that, I'm not sure, but I really do like that pattern. So that's another idea. I have found another pattern which I really would love to make at some point, whether I make it with this fabric or not. It's from Tauco magazine, but you can buy the pattern individually. It's called the Helpa dress. And as you can see from this picture, it's a minimalist design, just a front and a back piece. But the thing that makes this stand out are the amazing pleats that are across the middle. Whether or not it would work for this, I don't know, because whether the pleats would have a similar effect to actually cutting up seams and just chop this up too much, I don't know. I'm just kind of having a little look at this now. I don't know whether, oh, it might work in pleats. It might still, because I think the pattern's kind of random enough. If I chose the right bit of it to pleat, it might work. So what do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I was saying to one of the girls, actually, I have this funny line that I walk between fabrics which are gorgeous and hideous. So I can't always tell the difference, but as far as I'm concerned, this one is absolutely gorgeous. It's just a case of finding the right pattern for it, and I have got a plan for it before I make a dress. It's to make something for So Yellow for Endo. This obviously is an unmistakably yellow little blob on the fabric, so I think that qualifies. I want to make the Puff and Pencil Tie Waist Blouse. Puff and Pencil are a relatively new to me pattern company. I've been stalking them for a while on Instagram and just love their kind of quirky minimalist designs. They are still very wearable though, and the idea is that you can buy the body of the pattern, so the top or the dress, and you can kind of almost make it your own. You can design your own pattern by changing up the sleeves. All the sleeves they have are interchangeable with all the tops, dresses, etc. So I have chosen to go with my tie waist blouse, the cone sleeve, which I think just works really nicely with it. If I have problems with matching the pattern with the sleeves, then equally I can just make it sleeveless. So I'm going to be having a go with that and see how I get on. And if I enjoy making that, then I think I might try a different top, a different fabric with different sleeves. They've also got some beautiful dresses in their collection as well. So I'm excited to try that pattern company out, actually, because I love the concept of being able to swap different sleeves in and out to get a different look. And in other news, revisiting an idea that I had a couple of vlogs ago to make a shirt, sort of a long shirt. Just a little lesson learnt. If you make something from bed linen and you think it's going to look like a Victorian pirate nightshirt, then the chances are it probably will. This is the Heron shirt from Fabrics Revival. It's a bit creased, sorry. And I absolutely love the pattern itself. It's the one I'm wearing at the minute, actually. It's just, it's lovely. It's a really simple elasticated neck, raglan sleeve top. It obviously makes very different garments depending on what you make it up in. This, I don't know. I did predict that it would look like this, but I should have probably gone with my instinct. There were some amazing ideas, turn it into an Anthea blouse, etc. They probably would all have been better, so I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. But the other thing that I will do is I'm still wanting to make the toile for the Pikeko pants. So just for a laugh, I will, they were in the matching fabric, if you remember. So not matching, but the colour went really well. So I will make up the trousers and wear it together, just, you know, just for the hell of it. I do need to make a toile of the Pikeko, so as I say, I've got nothing to lose. But as predicted, I don't think it's quite me, but you live and learn. So yeah, that's that one. Well, that's pretty much it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and huge apologies if I have actually bored you to tears by just talking pretty much for the whole video about one particular fabric. I will move on from it at some point, I promise. Another thing that I just wanted to share with you is another bit of exciting news that I had this week, which is that I was lucky enough to reach 1,000 subscribers at the weekend. I was so excited. I think obviously I've had huge support from the sewing community, so I wanted to just say a really, really big thank you to everybody who's subscribed, who's liked and commented, and those other YouTubers who've actually given me shout outs on their vlogs. It's just such a lovely thing to do, and it's really very much appreciated for us newer vloggers. I know Adele from Sofa Serenity gave me a shout out, as did Cara from So Mad, thank you so much, and also Liz, the baker that sews, had definitely given me a good mention on her channel too. And then obviously at the weekend, the Northern Soul Sisters mentioned my channel and told people to come across and have a look. So thank you so much. And to anyone who's joined me since So Frugal actually as well, that's made a big difference to me reaching out and communicating with other people, which is absolutely lovely. I've had a really good response to that video too. So what I did want to say was, if anybody's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just give it a go. I kind of jumped in with both feet. If you've got a mobile phone and some sort of editing equipment, I only use a mobile phone and iMovie, and you've got things to talk about, which obviously you will have plenty to talk about, just set it up in your sewing space and start chatting, put it out there, and believe me, there are people who want to know about it. It's just been such a lovely thing to do. I don't talk about sewing very often at all with people that I know around me, but it's just so lovely to be able to get out there and communicate with people who have the same interests. And it is surprisingly easy to talk to my mobile phone when I am talking about something that I'm passionate about, so my fabric and my patterns, etc. So as I say, if you're thinking about it, just go for it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. And as you know, the sewing community is so incredibly supportive that they will just help you along. Talking of which, there are two people that have just sprung to mind that I've been recently following, that are worth popping across and having a look. The first one is the Sewing Warehouse. It's Shannon. She's actually locally based to me as well. She's in Birmingham. So pop over and have a look at her channel. And another very new one is Tanya. It's So Tanshi. I'll put her details, I'll put both details in the description box below, because the spelling is quite specific for that one. And she's just started a new channel, but she's got some lovely makes already. She seems to be an extremely precise sewer, which is something I can only aspire to. She's got some lovely makes and fabrics to look at. So that's another one to hop across and have a look at. In the meantime, I will bid you farewell, and I shall look forward to seeing you hopefully soon. Take care. Bye.